Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to Marion, Kansas, as we're about to kick off. Marion 4-1, Moundridge 4-0. So it'd be a pretty good game. District game. Marion 8-0 in their last since 2010 against Moundridge. So Moundridge looking to get a little bit of gaining ground on them since the last part of the last 10 seasons, you could say. So kicking off about 2:26. Roster for Marion: number 1, Trip Peterson; number 2, Kellen Wayner; number 3, Kevion Jones; number 4, Lane Smith; number 5, Cooper Jirac; number 6, Jordy Raymer; number 7, Aiden Coetzee; number 8, Jesse Snyder; number 9, Lander Smith; number 10, Wyatt Soyez; number 11, Carson Krause; number 13, Ryder Krause; number 15, Caden Mercer; number 16, Hugh Gutterman; number 20, Isaac Westner; number 24, Reese Olsner; number 25, Grayson Smith; number 33, Jamison Looper; number 40, Jeremiah Neinstead; Gilbert Ramirez; number 44, Samuel Riza; number 50, Luke Watkins; number 54, Brian Nugent; number 55, Hitch Soyez; 56, Riker Salisbury; 58, Leroy Wessel; 62, Jackson Howard; 64, Austin Richardson; 71, Colton Smith; 73, Jackson Batoni; and 75, Devin Smith. And that is your Marion roster. 3rd and 6. Marion looking to avoid going 3 and out. It's definitely, you never want to start out giving your team momentum. I do wonder if they get a big enough game, if they'll go for it. Speed option here outright. They'll run that flood formation a lot. And getting in right there, the Wildcats defense. The number 1 Kaiser Knitz with the tackle for loss. Beautiful day for some football, though. About a crisp 71 degrees. Sun just set. As Marion's punt formation here, as Looper is going to kick this one. Pretty good punt all the way back. Kaiser's not going to have a return on this, as it'll go back, and Marion picks it up, muffs it a little bit. So an opportunity for them to at 9:49 left to go in the first. First down Moundridge, their first possession now. You're going to see probably pretty strong passing game, as Hecox had some nice pickups in the air last week with about a 40-yard bomb there to Finn Burge, which capitalized off by a Greenwald passing touchdown. As Grill now escapes to that right side and just blown up immediately right on the 40, so about a 5-yard gain. But, Grill, they highlight him as a bruiser. He can run through your face, but he can also dance around you. So he's pretty versatile, two-way running back for sure. And they'll kind of float him and Greenwald in there. They have about 4 guys who could be a starter for most teams at the running back position. So they're pretty good on depth there. Not one-dimensional. They have very multi-dimensional offense. You'll see a lot of sweeps with Knitz, and you'll also see a lot of drop-off passes or design inside runs with Grill and Greenwald. Hecox takes a snap, drops back, looks for Knitz on a slant. He gets him. He's going to be wrapped up there by 33 Looper. So Hecox, just like I said, going through the air a lot tonight. About a 15-yard gain there on a nice toss by Hecox under pressure. They're going to look for their playmakers a lot tonight. Hecox takes the snap, hands this one off to Elmore. He's shifty. Just pushed out of bounds immediately. As be about a 3-yard rush. So 2nd and 11. Ball in 47. 8:15 left to go in the first. Hecox takes this snap, looking back, rushes up in the pocket, and immediately sacked there by number 15, Caden Mercer. .7:29 left to go in the first. 3rd and 14 now, so could be back-to-back 3-and-outs for both teams. As they're going to draw Marion offsides and avoid the 3rd down. So 3rd and 9 now after drawing Marion offsides. Hecox takes this snap, drops back in the pocket, rolls out to the left here, looking for Burge, who had a nice gain last week, and he's going to be hit, and that's going to be good enough for Wildcats first down. So Hecox has the ability to throw on the run. We saw him throw that 35-yard pass to Model Mug through the air. Back-footed strong. Middle linebacker also plays QB. 9 passing touchdowns. No interceptions through 6 weeks of play. Lined up with 2 backs. Hecox motioning out Knitz out of that backside. And an inside designed run for Hecox. He breaks away, but wrapped up there by 20. Isaac Wessner. And the Cats, they really like to highlight explosive offensive plays. They have a lot of field flippers, is what we call them, and that's over a gain of 25. So they'll do a lot of those, deep shots down, or even just a design run where they can rip it for 30 as Lichty talking to his QB. Taking the snap now is Hecox, immediately pressured. Tried to run a screen there. Hecox throwing on the run again for Knitz and Modelmog, and that's somehow brought in by Modelmog as there is flag on the play. How did Modelmog catch that? Both him and Knitz were looking for the football there, and Modelmog with an exceptional grab. Moundridge next week, they're going to be taking on top-ranked Sedgwick, so it'll be a pretty big game. A lot of people are going to be there. So it is home and be senior night. Theme is blackout, so if you're there, come support the Cats and cheer loud. They need it. As Knitz now takes this snap, hands this one off to Greenwald, but the play is going to be blown dead. Got a false start on the offense. 5:18 left to go in the first. As trying to draw Marion offsides, which they did before on that 3rd and 14, which made a 3rd and 9 before Burge goes down on a slant. So if you're just now joining us, 5:18 left to go in the first. 2nd and 17. Marion goes 3 and out. Moundridge driving on their first drive here and looking for Knitz, and that ball is just going to slip out of his hands. A rushed pass from Hecox turns into an incompletion. 3rd and 17 on their 37. So do not be surprised if they launch one ball out to their playmaker, either Knitz or Modelmog, or even Burge down there. You saw him last week with the exceptional grab on the goal line. As Elmore's going to try to... Elmore's seen a bigger role so far this year. Started out only on kick return and kickoffs, but he's slowly made his mark on defense, and now he's just now touching ground in offense. He's so explosive. You got to find a way to get his legs involved. Looking for a pass here. Float out Elmore, who missed his block on that one. That was also Leighton Weens, who misses a block, and 54 comes charging in. Brian Hugan just disrupted that play, and they're going to fourth down. They're going to trot out Cyrus for about a 46-yard field goal. It'll be his longest of the year. 4th and 16 now. And maybe not. I think they might punt this ball away. Which is interesting because Cyrus he's shown us that he can make these in practices and, summer workouts and things like that. As Hecox is going to trot off, and Kane's going to come on. Low snap. Plows punt. Just kind of lofted one up there, trying to get it in coverage. Want to keep it from going to the end zone, and pins them on their own 15. So Marion's going to trot out. Moundridge cannot score on their first drive. Marion's second drive coming up. They go 3 and out. Couldn't move the ball at all because of the Wildcats' front 4. .4:11 to go, first quarter. Marion's second drive. Moundridge ate a lot of clock up on their first drive. Had about 3 first downs before play collapsed. Kraus now has it, pitches this one out. Immediately down that left side, Hecox catches up and shoves him out of bounds. That's Lane Smith on about a 20-yard speed option run. Marion really likes to flood their guys out down to that right side and just likes to pitch it last second and catch them off guard. That worked perfectly. As Kraus now immediately, interesting thing, I saw a lot of film here on Looper. He's so big, and once he gets inside, he can just run a guy over. But Bradenton Hartog has just not let him get anywhere. As do they have Hecox? They don't have Hecox up top, so they are using Model Mog as a D end a lot these last games since Schmidt went out with his ankle injury. They'll run flood. They'll also run trips, and you'll see a lot of these runs too. These options, these speed option run options they have, where the delayed handoffs to try to catch the defense on their feet. As Moundridge just doesn't bite on it. As Grill gets his hands dirty and gets his first tackle of the night. Kraus now takes the snap, rolls out to the right. Here's that flood formation and off formation too. They're going to lob this one up, and the ball is float out by Kraus there. They're trying to get Peterson. Knitz played good defense. He didn't disrupt the play, but he stuck with them. As 4th and 11 on their own 36. So ball really hasn't moved as Looper's going to come out for his second punt. Had a pretty nice punt last time. Pinned the Wildcats behind their own 30. As Looper's kick. High fly ball. As Knitz is not even going to touch it. And Marion will pick it up at... Great punt though. About a 30-yard punt. Rolled about 10, so it'll be 1st and 10 on the Wildcats' own 19. Yeah. Hecox now. Draws Marion offsides. 2 offsides penalty now in the first quarter for Marion. You gotta watch that ball. That ball moves, you move is what they preach for the big fellas up front. As head coach Renan Bushin not happy with his guys who just had 2 this quarter. Peacocks now 1st and 5 on their own 24. Hand this one off to Grill inside. 2:18 left to go in the first. No gain. So defensive game so far this first quarter. Marion kind of struggled early containing the Wildcats, who really came strong when they started breaching into their territory at about that 30 and 40. So under 2 minutes in the first. And Hecox darts this one out to Knitz, shifting and chafing through the defenders here. Knitz can skate for sure. I almost wonder if he would have if he just puts his head down and he's quicker than a lot of these guys out there. So I wonder if he just puts his head down and just runs, how many yards he can truly get. Seacox now takes the snap, hands this one off to Elmore, who had a carry earlier. He lost a yard, but he breaks through again, shifts around, and just tripped up. So fights for yardage, and he'll break even on 0 yards this game on 2 rushes. They're kind of, substituting out Grill and Elmore a lot more than Grill and Logan. As Knitz takes the direct snap, floats this one out to Modelmog and completes. So Marion's still playing some great defense. Their defensive team only held Sedgwick to 35 points, which sounds like a lot, but for Sedgwick, that's not that much. As first time Moundridge is battle tested all year. Got bailed out kind of against Medicine Lodge with the rain, so they didn't get to face a quality opponent like that. They did face Sterling, who beat Medicine Lodge. They did take care of business 28-7. This is really their first time being truly tested by a team who's got momentum on their side. There's 13 seconds left to go in the first 0-0 ball game. And Marion's third in the first quarter offsides. Moundridge, this is their first time they've really been shut out on offense. They score a lot. Their tendencies to score on their first and second drives versus later in the game are huge for them. I think their first and second drives, they've scored every time. As Hecox drops back on a 3rd and 12 on their own 27. Airs this one out for Modelmog. Modelmog tries to force a pass interference by floating under. It doesn't work out. So 4th and 12 on their own 27. Moundridge. Back-to-back punts. Kind of unheard of for this offense. But Marion's coming out of the gate playing some exceptional defense. Modelmog kind of floated under. Ball was underthrown by Hecox on the run, so he couldn't do anything. He tried to float under and force a pass interference. As this punt by Blau. And be running up at about the 32-yard line. That'll be it for the first quarter. 0-0 ball game. We got ourselves a defensive matchup. So we're welcome you back. Second quarter action. 12 minutes left on the scoreboard. Marion's going to trot out for their third drive. They did start out with the ball. So 12 men on the field. A little brain fart for Moundridge there. O'Connor talked to me about that in our weights class, and he said, eliminating mistakes are one of the biggest things you can do as a team. As the triple option out here to the right, it doesn't go anywhere. So 2nd and 5 on their own 38. 11:44 left to go in the second. We're getting the scoreboard camera back on. Cross. Low snap. Hands this one off. Inside there to Smith again, and he breaks away. Lane Smith gets a Warrior first down. 11:12 left to go in the second. Kraus now. Loads of momentum here. They're going to hand this one offside to Looper. Here's what I talked about. He can run through your face. As Paul Grill, bruiser against bruiser, gets matched up, and Looper comes out on top for a first down. So, like I said, the delayed handoffs, they'll run about a yard inside, and then they'll hand it off, or they'll even fake it, spin around, too. So they have a lot of things to catch defensive linemen off guard, too. Kraus takes it. Fakes one off, floats this one all the way up here, and that's going to be caught. Caden Mercer to the house. Touchdown Warriors. Fooled the defense, they bid on the run, and they throw it over top. Because our first score of the game is going to come at 10:08 in the second quarter. Caden Mercer catches a head top. And that's going to be touchdown Warriors. So, caught slipping, baiting on the run. They rushed him. Blitz, too, just right over the top. Perfect ball thrown by Kraus, too. Baseball player. As Looper is going to have no problem punching this one in. 8-0 Warriors. 10:08 left to go. A 45-yard touchdown pass for the Warriors. Now all of a sudden, Moundridge has been punched first for the first time all year. See how they respond. Caden Mercer, 45 yards to the crib. As Carson Kraus opens this game. See how Moundridge can respond. Been shut out offensively all game. I don't know how they'll respond. Their first sign of adversity all year comes in week 6. The Marion Warriors. They're battle tested. They just played Sedgwick 2 weeks ago. They played a great Inman team. So Moundridge, if they do win out, lined up to get the 2 seed. Big game against Sedgwick next week. Everyone's ready for it. I'm ready for it. As floats this one out to the right side. Greenwald takes the return. Should have let that one go. Probably would have went out of bounds for a penalty too. They would have got it at their 25. It's just mental mistakes for Moundridge so far have killed them. You bite on the run earlier and then this happens. You've got to hone in your guys and you got to tell them to relax. You come in this game, you're clinched up, you're nervous. Butterflies need to be out. Peacocks. Knitz in motion. Floats this one out on a sweep. Knitz's run goes absolutely nowhere, and this Marion crowd is getting rowdy. Kaiser Knitz goes nowhere. Luke Watkins brings him in. Just a disgusting outside run there, and great coverage by Luke Watkins, and he drives himself in there. Peacocks trying to draw Marion off sides as Greenwald now takes this one. Floats around, he escapes onto that right side, and then he's going to be brought down for about a 3-yard gain, maybe a 2-yard. Left side, excuse me. 9:03 left to go. 8-0, Marion breaks open the score and is just beating down Moundridge offensively. They cannot move the ball at all. Aside from their 2 first downs in their opening drive, they have gone nowhere. Peacocks connects their motions out to the right. Rolls out, fires one to Modomog and speared immediately, hangs on. Moundridge, first down since about, I think, the 7-minute mark in the first quarter. As Hecox takes this one out, breaks away, he's quick. Immediately speared there by Luke Smith. Lane Smith. Hecox runs out to the left. Pulls one out for about Wildcats' first down. So they've got ahead of steam. You know, they're responding nicely here, you know, after Marion's touchdown. As Durst now motions over. Hecox sends this one off to Greenwald. And tackled immediately there. Run to the right, goes nowhere. So Moundridge rushing-wise hasn't gotten as much as they like. You're going to see Hecox throw the ball a lot more. This offensive line is not playing well against Marion's defense. They need to create more time for Hecox to let a play develop to where he doesn't have to roll out every time and try to deliver a pass. It's been working, though. Oh, 6:53 left to go in the second. Hecox takes this one. Durst played up in that slot over there. He motions over. And high snap here for Hecox. See, that's the offensive line that I'm talking about. Hecox somehow slips out of this. Channeling his inner Lamar Jackson. Throws this away. Somehow completed there to Burge. And a broken play. Hecox turns huge. So a face mask on Hecox. As what a play from. What a play. Henry Hecox just really stayed up, drove his feet too. Looked like Lamar Jackson if you've watched the Bengals game too. And that's going to add a little bit more. Face mask, that'd be on number 55, Watkins. So, Hecox bailing out his offensive line there as they have played subpar so far. High snaps, blown coverages, blown blocks. Doesn't create a lot of first down opportunities, but Moundridge is making do. As Knitz takes this snap, runs outside to the left, pushes one up again here at the 30, 20, goodbye. He's one man to beat, and that'll be a Moundridge touchdown as they try to even this one back up. I imagine they'll go for two here, and that'd be a flag, though. I'm assuming block in the back or a hold. That's tough. These are momentum killers. They're drive killers. You go out there and you create a big play like that, and it's taken back. It ruins the morale inside. It's a drive killer.
Yeah, a little bit of a tough call there on that outside edge. Wide receivers out there doing a good job of blocking pretty tough. Defensive back peeled off, and looks like we just grabbed on, and tough play right there. Goes against Cats.
Timeout Warriors. Timeout Marion. So they bailed out a little bit with the penalty, as you know, looking to respond something. But Moundridge, you know, that has been a tough game for them so far. 8-0 down. 6-13 up. It's been a quick first half.
Yeah, a lot of running, so everything's running play keeps the clock going. Completed passes keeps the clock running. So both teams are playing pretty good defense. So to see any kind of gap, any kind of lead right here, it's going to be a huge advantage for whichever team kind of takes command of this ball game.
And when you're Marion and you got the ball first, you want to go up by at least a score. So if they come out of second half and they score, you still are even. So for them to be able to capitalize on a 1st and 18 and force Moundridge to either punt or kick a field goal would be huge for them, as they're probably going to try to hold on to that ball as long as they can. You want to keep the ball out of Moundridge's hands.
It's about first down and 18 to go from the Marion side, 46.
Wouldn't be surprised here. You kind of see Monomog floated out on that left side to about a 5-yard gap there, so you could see a lob up top as Knitz takes it out to that left side. Blocker by Grill. Great block by Grill. Try to reciprocate what they just did. Works out for them. Short of the first down to the penalty, though. Also see Knitz down here on that right side, one-on-one, high safety too. I assume he'll float up too. Would not be surprised if Moundridge changes it up and it goes over top.
Hecox with the carry there. Nice little game. Picks up about 4 or 5 on the play.
2:51 left to go, second quarter, 8-0, 3rd and 2. So would not be surprised if Moundridge, they don't get it, they'll go for it. O'Connor really likes to go for it on short situations like that, especially with Marion's offense.
Yeah, then with the short yardage, you can probably kind of see Heacock's keeping it, seeing what's happening. I think Marion kind of thought the same thing. They were kind of ready for it.
Yeah.
It's going to be, looks to be a little bit short, so we'll see where they mark it.
Be a 4th down still, so they are going to go for it, which I do not blame them. And it's kind of like it works so good when you can predict what's coming and able to execute it, but it burns you so bad when you. Marion was genius for running the 4 straight run plays and then throwing one over the top, catching the Wildcats defense slipping, which is rare because the Wildcats defense has been one of the best teams in the state so far.
Yeah, very solid so far in his first 5 games. So hopefully things get figured out. You know, we do a little better job up front. Henry has no time to do anything.
Yeah.
You know, if we can get him a little bit of time to survey and make a read.
Grill here, running out to that left side, evades a defender, and pushed out of bounds. No, he's still going. Paul Grill is hard to be brought down.
Paul Grill with a nice run around that left edge. Nice job of blocking. I was watching the receivers that time. They were making it clearly obvious that they were not going to hold, because I'm not sure they blocked anybody.
Yeah, not a great showing from the offensive line. Henry with a great play there where he evaded everybody and almost brought down 2. So they need to step it up here. I know Marion has a really physical defensive line, and their backers really crash those gaps hard. But if you're a lineman, you just gotta throw a body in front of him. Even if you're gonna get panicky, you gotta slow him down because Heacox has no time. Closest they've been to the end zone all game here. Heacox drops back, looking for Matamag on a slant. That's gonna be an incomplete ball.
Now Henry seems to be a little bit nervous in the pocket there and doesn't want to step up, drive off that back foot, step into it, make a big throw.
Like
always off his back leg.
Accurate throws. You step up in the pocket, charge a throw. He's accurate on his back foot, but this close to the end zone, throwing off your back foot is costing.
Better pocket that time. Nice job by the offensive lineman, keeping Marion out of there.
And Heacox has tendencies to make some bad reads under pressure too, so you really want to give that as much time as possible. He likes to rush his throws when there's defenders in his face. Pitch around to Knitz. He shifts around and just wrapped up immediately. Marion does a great job at tackling.
Nothing gets loose from those guys. They do a nice job, especially on that interior. Good job by all of those red defenders, rallying to the ball, making sure nothing gets loose.
Yeah, and that's big. 295, Jackson Batante just is so big and so physical. Senior plays both sides of the ball. Big fella up front, makes his presence known.
3rd and 10 here. We'll probably see if what Heacox draws up.
Heacox
Connor has in the playbook. Again, good protection.
Drops back. This is the pocket collapsing to Den Hartog with a great play and touchdown Wildcats.
No flags.
No flag. Henry
Touchdown,
or somebody slow to get up.
stand.
That'd be Leighton Weens is slow to get up, limping off. He had a meniscus injury earlier in the season.
Hopefully that's just maybe a little twist, a little tweak. Nothing serious. Can't lose another lineman.
He was driven in that back of that play too. You saw him a little bit. He's getting bullied back there towards the end of that play. He gets thrown to the ground.
Great job again by Henry Heacox, scrambling around, buying some time. Nice job of lineman. Again, downfield, just enough to still be onside, and making a block without hitting, illegal block. So great job.
I assume it's going to be a run inside the grill, or Heacox keeps it himself. Kind of similar to what Marion does. And he'll drop back looking for Knitz in that back of the end zone. Heacox fires and incomplete. Marion has the lead. Now it's 2:02 left to go. Going to the half. They'll give the ball to Moundridge coming out of the half.
Flag on the play there. We'll see what the call is. It was against the Wildcats. Holding on the play. That will be declined. So referees will pick that flag up.
And once again, it's that offensive line just killing them. got to tell them at halftime, too. You just got to say, hey, relax, breathe, fully confident and capable of shutting these guys down as Stoss is going to get his kickoff boys hyped up. 2:02 left to go. 8-6 defensive ball game. Who doesn't love it?
You know, Connor, if the Cats can get a good stop here, force a punt, force a turnover, if nothing else, just hold them out of the end zone. Cats get the ball, start the second half.
Yeah, and
Go
you get
down.
the ball. There's no rush. If you get the ball back, I don't think there's a major rush to go down and score. It'd be nice if they go down and score, if they do get like a 3 and out and you stop something in there.
Now that Marion has established the run up the middle, I can see a good heavy dose of that coming up our way.
And it's all about gaining speed, too. Looper, big, physical. Jameson Looper, 33. Once he gets a fall at his team, you saw him run over Paul Grill. It's not an easy thing to do.
Just over 2 minutes to play in the second quarter.
Wow. Deep kick down here. And returning here is going to be Peterson. So he breaks around, immediately wrapped up. There is another penalty on the field. A lot of penalties these first.
Another flag on the play. Looks like this is going to be a holding on the Marion Warriors. That'll back them up. Decent return too. That's too bad for the Warriors. Takes it from about the 19, probably back up 10, I believe it is. So first down, Warriors. Lovely night for football. Not much air, not much wind blowing.
73, clear. Beautiful night.
Nice. We were outside.
Sun setted right about kickoff. So
Marion has done a nice job. They've added on to their facilities over here. They have a pickleball. Looks like inside.
Weight room in the summer too.
Concession stand.
They'll move their weights in the summer there.
Yeah, very nice. So. Very nice.
Saw it in the Jamboree. It's pretty nice. Locker rooms too. Brand new locker rooms. So
doing a good job there. Minute 30 to play. Second down and 1. Another big gain up the middle. Wildcats have got to figure that out.
Also, if you're Marion, you got to have some kind of urgency too. You know, coming in, 122 and another big run. So they're just gonna keep running through their face till Moundridge can stop it. I don't see any opportunity. I could see them running at least 2 more run plays and then trying to go over the top again.
Yeah, definitely. They have established that front so well that play, I mean, why stop? You know, he was able to bust loose earlier for a big, long game.
Yeah. And
keep it going.
And they know that, too.
Just
So I would not.
Heavy dose of dive.
I really would not be surprised if they attempt to pass here, too. They'll pull it back, and then they'll act like they're going to run it. They'll bite on it. That's what happened with a 45-yard touchdown from Krause.
Peacocks with a tackle there. Nice job by the senior linebacker. Sticking his nose in there, getting physical for a quarterback. Another straight up handoff.
Inside here is Looper again, just bruiser, man.
Tackle by Kaiser on that play. Brings him about 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, maybe, Connor.
And it's
what Marion draws up. I'm not sure I'd do anything else. Just keep pounding. Although there is about 10 seconds left. I see the coaches pulling the headsets off. I think they're just content to take this to halftime.
Yeah, and we're going to take this one into halftime for sure. And like I was saying, it's not every day you see a 185-pound running back, and he's just going to run through your face every chance you get him. So Moundridge is going to get the ball back. Great showing by Marion. You come and you're going to host the top 5 team in the state, so you come out here and you're up 8-6. It's huge. A lot of momentum on their side as Moundridge is going to get the ball trying to reciprocate what they did. Missed on the 2-point to tie it up. So we'll be back here in about 14 minutes. And we welcome you back for second half action. 8-6 here. Start of the third. And Knitz is going to be wrapped up immediately. And sorry about that camera. Joe stood up. No, I'm just kidding. But we thank you for tuning in. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe so you know I'm doing the job we're doing. And everything like that. So overall, Moundridge shot themselves in the foot the first half. They're going to look to not reciprocate past mistakes as I want to highlight Finn Burge and another penalty, dude, for Marion. Monomon quick with the chirp. That's big. That's big man Jackson Battoni. Second, offsides. So Peacocks now has it. Triple option down to Grill. Grill takes it on that right side. So interestingly enough, Moundridge, this is their first time being down past the first quarter all season. So adversity's here. Not sure how they're going to respond so far. They drove downfield and scored a touchdown and prevented Marion from scoring. Greenwald immediately tackled there, and you know it's hard too when you have Jackson Battoni down there grabbing you, man. You're going to get brought down. That's just a fact. He's 295, a lot of muscle too. Lane Smith is accounted for that tackle. He's been all over the field. That's number 4. Trotting on the field is going to be Greenwald. And warming up down here is Carson Krause on the sidelines. As Hecox takes the snap. I doubt they'll run the ball here unless it's an inside run with Peacocks, as he's going to keep it himself. And immediately tackled. He's going to be short the first down, but I assume, and I would be correct, to say that they're here and they're going to go ahead and take it. Take the 4 point. Peacocks drops back, looking to air this one out. Burge on one-on-one coverage, way downfield. They're going to lob this one up to Knitz and try to weave it through traffic there. Couldn't get it to go. So that's turnover on downs for the Wildcats in their own territory. So Marion, whole head of steam, capitalizes. That's brutal. You come out there, you get the ball. Marion, full head of steam. As you know, 2nd and 7. You just stopped a great Wildcats offense. And take a look at Coach O'Connor on the sidelines with his hands on his knees, locked in. Kraus takes it. Handoff inside to Smith. So Marion looking to reciprocate what they did when they were over here first quarter, and a 45-yard touchdown pass to Caden Mercer over top. And Smith tries to get something. You got to have two hands on the football, especially this close, but I would not be shocked if they go for it here. I don't think they really have a determined kicker on the roster. You know, they didn't go for the extra point when they scored earlier. Got to be quick on your feet here, too, for the Wildcats. You're going to bite run, but they're also going to throw over the top possibility. So you've got to be quick on your feet and able to adjust here. They're scrambling. Marion needs to snap this ball. They're still doing that. And a rough snap there and just try to be picked up there. Smith, and they're going to push him forward. Did they get it? No, as it's going to be Wildcat ball, so quick on his feet is Lane Smith picking up the ball and just trying to take it. He understands the situation. He needed 2 more yards, and they try to push him over. They don't get it, so Wildcats defense responds accordingly. I think a big thing they touched on, too, is being physical in the locker room. Hecox takes the snap, hands this one off to Greenwald, floats around in there. And another thing, the run is working more. The offensive line is fired up. They're creating holes for Greenwald to go through. And great play there from Weens and Jenkins in there, too. Created an opportunity for Logan to get about a 5-yard gain. So 6:58, 8-6, quarter 3, 2nd and 5 on Moundridge's 36. Hecox hands this one off to Grill. And another thing we said, Marion's so good at wrapping up, is that one slips through, and Paul somehow gets a great gain off of that. But you got to have more than that. You cannot have these rushes where they're going 2-3 yards, especially. Setting up for an exciting finish here, 6:05. 8-6. It's 3rd and 4, 37. So I do not think Moundridge will go for it if they do not get anything here, especially because of what happened last time. They got to punt it being this close. Marion, rare slip up going 3 and out that close. And Hecox. Knitz actually has it now, looking for something. He's just going to throw this one away, but there is a flag on the play. I think it could be a holding on the offensive line. They did flood out all to the right. And holding is on the offense. And Braden holding. So number 56, Den Hartog, gets his hands where they shouldn't be, and they pay for it on that. So could be a blessing here, being able to repeat a 3rd down. And now it'll be a 4th down as Bob's going to trot out. And we've got ourselves a defensive fest. As Blau's punt blown dead from a penalty. Full start on the offense, so shooting themselves in the foot still. As Blau's going to repunt. Clean grab and just a bad kick there as Marion's going to get it on about the 45. So, seems like all the life out of Moundridge has just been sucked out due to their own mistakes as Marion looking to capitalize. It's still in striking distance for the Wildcats. Not out of it yet. Marion got to keep the foot on the gas pedal.
I don't know what I'm going to say, though. I don't know any names.
As designed inside run here to Looper, and Moundridge brings him down. So kind of mismatched runs here. As Marion here, 2nd and 10, they really need to get a big play here, get some offensive momentum. They got all the defensive momentum in the world here. But unfortunately, I do not believe that it correlates on both sides.
And as you were saying earlier, Connor is saying all the life's out of Wildcats now. They're only down 2, so a touchdown could happen. Still got a full quarter left. But, yeah, definitely a low-scoring game, so really good defense from both teams.
Yeah, you know, and all that life sucked out can easily be brought back in with one play. Especially this close, your defense has really, really honed in on Marion's run game this second half. And if you're Marion, I'd like to see Marion try to throw the ball a little bit. They haven't really thrown outside of their touchdown pass. As Looper, and here comes a throw for Marion. Kraus runs outside. Slips out of a sack and brought down immediately back. Thomas Jenkins smacks his helmet on Paul Grill. 4th and 8, so they're going to bring out the punt team. So another great defensive stance from the Wildcats. This one slip-up could cost them if their offense cannot figure it out.
And as you were saying earlier with Marion needing to pass more, I feel like that's where we capitalized because we did a lot of interceptions when teams pass a lot. So I think that could help the Wildcats turn this game around if they did pass more.
Yeah, interceptions are hard to come by when they run the ball. And great punt by Looper, and that's going to pin them inside their own 10. And a little bit of chipping between Caden Elmore and Peterson. .3:11 to go. Moundridge retains possession, but they are pinned so far back, and the way this offensive line has been playing, a safety here would be killer. In my opinion, this is one of the most important drives. You have to score to get some momentum going into this 4th quarter. Teams lose ball games by being slow in the 4th. They're tired, they're fatigued, so if you lock in on the 4th quarter, you're going to be pretty successful. Hecox takes this one on to Greenwald, runner on that left side and wrapped up immediately. So the offensive line, Joe, they really haven't created a lot of opportunities for Greenwald or Grill or even Caden to be able to bust open for a big run like they have in the past games.
Yeah, Marion has done a good job of shutting down those gaps, and that's where our running back shine is just getting through the O-line.
And it's all dependent on the big fellas up front, too. You create those spaces, and they hit the holes, and they're going to go. They're so fast that they'll run right through you. So 4 out here for Wildcats receivers. I'm assuming it'll be a pass. They're going to try to go 2nd and 9. They could go deep here with another play remaining. As Hecox drops back, Durst fumbles out. Hecox looks for something, escapes up front, brought down by Marion. That's number 15, Caden Mercer, who had the 45-yard touchdown catch earlier in the first quarter. And that'll be 3rd down for the Cats. So they try to air a play out. There's that offensive line collapsing again, Joe.
Yeah, and it feels like the Wildcats haven't been making a lot of long passes tonight, which really shows Marion's defense.
And it also shows Hecox is uncomfortable in that pocket. He does not want to get hit, especially with how physical this defense is. We've seen it with the running backs. Can't imagine how hard they'd hit Hecox unattained in the pocket. As they're going to move over. Knitz now line up at the Q position, and Henry's going to take Burge's spot. They really, really like to run with Knitz, but they're also not afraid to throw it as he pops up, spins out of a tackle, falls back, delivers a dot out there to Hecox, and I think he extended the play for a 1st down. Great ball. Great situation. You know the situation,
Yeah,
and you
they
reach
count
out.
that a 1st down. That's an amazing play by Hecox.
Henry's been all over. You saw the escaping out of the pocket like he did, so that was big. And Knitz, too, getting sacked and then delivering a great pass. So
And that's a Marion player being limped off the side of the field. Hope he's okay. Thoughts and prayers to him.
that's number 10, Wyatt Soyez. It's been pretty physical there playing that linebacker position. They're going to move Looper out to corner. Looper matched up on Matamog now. A little bit of a mismatch. Looper's not the quickest guy, but Matamog also doesn't have that fair share of agility either, as Knitz takes the snap. Looking back, rolling out, just going to toss this one to the track. Yeah, that's true. 2nd and 10, 57 seconds left to go in the 3rd. And I'm assuming it'll be they want to give Caden Elmore any chance he can to get into open field. Elmore in open field is so dangerous. He's so versatile. As a fake run inside, and here comes Looper running around. Miscommunication with Jenkins and Weens as he is hype. Jamison Looper has been everywhere. Hecox. Been all over. Just sacked by Looper, who blitzed when he's guarding Matamog. Going out, almost tipped there by Mercer. What a stance from Marion defensively on that 3rd quarter. It's going to be 4th and 17. Heading into the 4th quarter, Moundridge has gotten absolutely nothing. Marion is giving it their all. Marion is just, like O'Connor said, every team is going to give it all they have against Moundridge. Top-ranked team. Marion has nothing to lose. Nothing to lose against Moundridge. They are playing way better ball, and they do deserve to win this football game.
Yeah, I feel like they got everything to gain, because if they take down a big name like Moundridge.
Yeah, nothing to lose, everything to gain. And not baseball. We are playing football. I'm watching a baseball game though.
No, yeah, I feel like Marion has a chance to shock the HOA and win this football game. Because I know the matchup predictor before was not in their favor. But some teams can shock you with how they play the game.
Yeah, and like I said, not having any momentum going into the fourth quarter is killer, especially they're about to punt. If Marion can score here, they're going to put themselves in some really good, and especially convert on a 2-point conversion. You put that game into 2 scores, that's huge. This is crunch time for Moundridge. They've been shut out the second half. They've got nothing outside of that one drive in the second quarter. Got to respond, and if you're Marion, you just got to keep doing what you're doing. They're tired, they're beat, but you got to keep your foot on the gas. As punt goes to about the 31.
And this game could very well end 8-6 with how good both teams are playing defense.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, if you're Moundridge, you got to stop running it inside with how good this Marion defense is. Got to throw one over the top, too. And if you're Moundridge, you don't want to completely oversell the run, but you got to get your hands in there, and you got to stop them. And shout out. And stop inside. So Moundridge Bates run. I would not be surprised if in the next couple of plays, Carson Krause fakes a run. There's a PA flood outside and throws on the run too. And Noah Schmidt just won $50 at Marion.
I did. That's the bingo one. So about 11 minutes left in the quarter. 8-6. Gonna be
What?
2nd and 9 on the field. Marion ball. See what they unfold here. Number 10 for Marion feels like looks like he's doing better. He's stretching on the field, walking fine. But that's gonna be a big stop by the Wildcats there. They're gonna take the ball back about to the 33rd.
Yeah. And it's just punt fest tonight. So I wouldn't call this a boring game, though, Joe. This game, these low-scoring games, I know folks really like to see the points being scored, but, man, it's so fun and so rare to see a defensive battle like this, especially with how explosive both offenses are. Marion's looking to improve to 5-1 and extend a 9-0 winning streak. An 8-0 winning streak, hoping to make it 9 straight wins against Moundridge. So dropping back is Krause. Here's that pass play. He rolls out to the right. Delivers a pass inside. Great catch by number 8, Jesse Snyder.
Yeah, that's a really great athletic play by Marion there. He kind of like dived for that ball. Now give him the first down.
So all of a sudden, you're driving, and you just got to keep it going. And here comes Krause running through that right side and tackled right about the 50. Still gets about 4 yards.
And the Wildcats are just capitalizing on stops right now. They're just not letting they're not letting Marion move that well.
Remington, yep, last week. Hey, I'm slipping up too.
That was a crazy game last week. Good game.
Krause takes the snap, hands this one off to Looper, and he just runs through somebody's face. He finds some pads to go connect with. Jamison Looper is a guaranteed 5 yards with a whole head of steam ahead.
That's a very physical play by Wright. Broke his way through the line and got a couple yards for his team.
You know, Marion lose to Sedgwick. They come out here, they're battle-tested, which is something the Wildcats lacked until tonight. They know what to expect. They just played Sedgwick. They know how to prepare now, and you go play Moundridge, and you're shocking them. I don't think any of these Cats fans expected this game to go like this. And here's a run straight through the Wildcats defense. Lane Smith gets them close. And that'll be a Warriors first down. And they are driving, trying to eat up as much clock as possible, too. And, Joe, do you really think that if Marion scores, they go for 2, or do you think? I think you got to. I think you got to go for 2.
They might even just go for a kick because that'll put them up 11-6.
Yeah, you got to go for 2 here.
Yeah, they could get a stop.
If and when at this point you score, and if you're Moundridge, try to force a fumble if you bring it down. You know they're going to run the ball here. And interesting enough, there was some talk online, HOA Truth. Someone said, let's stop pretending Marion's good. And I'm pretty sure we're going to have to keep saying they are good because this has been some pretty impressive football played by the Warriors. And a fumble, and that's the momentum killers you see. But luckily, they jump on that ball, and costing mistakes like that is just, man. And if you're Marion, you can't get nervous. You got to keep playing your football. Joe, what does Marion have to do here in order to seal this?
Put up any points, whether that's a touchdown, a kick. They just need to solidify their lead a little more to give them breathing room for the Wildcats.
Yeah, 100%. And like you said, breathing room. It makes them feel less pressured, and they prevent turnovers. They play a lot better when they have a cushion under them. And here comes Looper. Marion, first down.
It feels like Marion has a consistency to just get enough of yards that keep hanging on, and they'll get that touchdown if they need it.
And if you're the Wildcats, you got 2 tough opponents coming up. I'm trying not to talk about Sedgwick, but man, I mean, you're gonna play like this against Sedgwick, you're getting blown out.
Yeah, that game
And Lane.
really good to watch. So if you can make it to Sedgwick or good game, you don't have to tune in.
As Lane Smith gets about a 2-yard gain there.
So 2nd and 8 with about 5:53 on the clock.
5:46 left to go, 8-6, 2nd and 8 on their own 19. Marion is driving. I really am not going to be shocked if they try to chew as much clock as possible here. Tick, 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 tick if you're the Warriors. If you're Moundridge, you got to get a stop. And here's a fumble picked up by Kraus, though, and it's pretty big there. Joe, 3rd down here. What do you think Marion's going to do?
Honestly, I think they might just go and kick it, or they're going to go for some pass play because they need to put points on the board to get a comfortable lead.
Yeah.
And I feel like if the Wildcats do get the ball back, which they probably will, they're going to go for some crazy stuff.
Yeah, I mean, they probably want to wait another play before you think about kicking it.
Yeah.
But I do get what you're saying. I do not think they kick it. I have not watched any film on Marion where they've lined up for an extra point or a field goal so far.
No, they're definitely a heavy running-based team. Not a lot of passing, not a lot of anything.
Yeah,
Really rely on running backs.
they've got some bruisers.
And some brutes, too. They just break the line.
As Smith now comes in through that A gap and grabbed him. About 11 Wildcats on the field.
So, yeah, 4th and 7. Marion is wasting a lot of clock, about 4 minutes left.
So 4th down. I would not be surprised if they try to pass it here. I do not think they run the ball. And if they do, it's going to be outside. I doubt that even a flood with a rollout to Kraus. He's getting his arm warmed up too. So they really like to flood out to that left side. And here comes that flood. Looking for something, airing this one out, and that's going to be incomplete. Moundridge holds on, and they got a score. 3:51 left to go.
And what a great defensive play from the Wildcats to end Marion's scoring run. Love to see that. So it's going to be the Wildcats' ball here.
Yeah. And, a lot of these guys, Marion, a little bit overlooked by the Wildcats. I assume they overlooked them. But you call these games a trap game. You can get trapped. You got a hole. You got expectations. You're ranked. And you're playing a team who isn't supposed to be beating you 8-6 with 3:51 left to go in the fourth. That's for sure.
Yeah, there were a lot of expectations for this game, and the Wildcats have not met it yet. We'll see what they pull out in this last 3 minutes. So Wildcats ball. Henry's going to call it to play to Kaiser.
Hands this one off inside. You got to throw the ball here. And you're moving now, Moundridge. Marion kind of playing the penalty game. 3:41, 8-6, fourth quarter. We're setting up for one electric finish, Joe.
Yeah, what a great game so far. Really low scoring just means there's been awesome defense tonight. And an attendance, too, from both home teams. So, yeah, good turnout tonight.
Great turnout. A lot of Wildcats fans here. And a lot of Marion fans here. Knitz now takes this, floods out to that side. Watkins trying to bring him down, and he will. Big TFL for Luke Watkins.
And that's what I'm saying is Marion having some aggressive players that aren't afraid to take those hits and get through the gaps. Attack those back ranges.
Hecox with Grill in his backfield. Interesting look here. Modelmog floated around there with Peterson on him. Hecox takes the snap. Looking to launch this one up for Burge, who had a big grab earlier. And not a DPI. Shoved Burge down. I'm not sure how that's not called. Burge either slipped or was pushed. I believe he was pushed by Jesse Snyder.
Wildcats really need to find the play to save their game here. See what they can break down. Got 2:30 left. 3rd and 16 to go.
Hecox has it. Looking to air it out. You got to get a first down here. Cannot give Marion the ball back. They're just going to run the clock out. Aaron one out for Modelmog now. What a catch from Modelmog. Runs out of bounds. That's stopping the clock. Huge grab from Modelmog.
And that's what I'm saying. That's the momentum changer for the Wildcats there. A heave of pass to Modelmog might just be their miracle to save the game.
Just puts on a beautiful ball. Perfect spiral right in Modelmog's wheelhouse, dude. You saw his catch earlier with the penalty, so get him involved. I said earlier he was one-on-one too. That was a nice play by. That was a great call too, to air one out. You couldn't give Marion the ball back. And if you're Moundridge, do you chew away clock? Because Cyrus could kick a game-winning field goal here. It's number 42. We've seen him punt the ball a lot. We did go for 2, though, and Moundridge did not give him a chance to make a PAT. As Modelmog again. Stiff arm, looking to go. 10, 5, dives at the pylon. What's the call? Touchdown, Wildcats!
And that's the miracle I think the Wildcats needed to save their game and to bring the score 12-8.
They got to go for 2. If they don't get it, it's still, Marion could still win it. if they go down and if Moundridge doesn't get the 2, they can still win it. But also, because Moundridge didn't get that 2-point earlier, a simple touchdown from Marion, not even needing the 2-point, would tie the game. So we could see a game-winning 2-point conversion too, or send this thing into overtime. I'd love some extra football.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun to watch.
Great stiff arm from Modelmog. Really shows his physical strength as more of a slot receiver in there. You saw him on the outside, and then you saw dump off. So for that to go and him diving at the pylon like that, that was nice football. That was an athletic football play right there.
All right, so opening back up here, 8-12. About to go for the extra point. Connor, do you see the Wildcats going for 2 or giving the safe option to Cyrus?
You got to go for 2. You got to, because if Marion goes down and scores, they win the game by 1. So got to go for 2, and you have to convert here. This is a huge thing. And another mistake by the Wildcats, just shooting themselves in the foot. 12 men on the field. Second 12 men on the field. O'Connor hates those. They run for those in practice based on yardage, not based on penalty numbers, based on yardage. So a 15-yard penalty is so much conditioning for these kids, and it really holds them accountable too. They need this 2-point. It'll be big if they don't get it here. Hecox takes this, fakes it to Grill. Offensive line collapse. Henry stiff arms down. Floats one up there for Modelmog and incomplete. So the offensive line breaks down. Hecox has no time and a costly mistake with 12 men on the field. And your defense, you got to be confident. You got to instill some confidence in them. And if you're Carson Krause and the Warriors offense, repeat what you did last drive. I know you went turnover on downs, but you got to repeat what you did. So costly now. So costly because it's touchdown wins the game. They're only up by 4. That's crazy. Ooh, big drive here. Marion, 2:15, 2-minute drill. How are you going to respond? You come out here, top-ranked Moundridge team, you stun them, 8-12. Down by 4. 2 minutes left. We're electric finish here.
Wow, what a kick from Cyrus. And as a Wildcats fan, that's exactly what you like to see.
Touchback, so Muff, too, had a possibility of getting it, but Marion can't have that. Three timeouts. And Caden getting called to get out to a costly penalty earlier. Krause now lined up single back with Looper down. Wouldn't be surprised if he just tries to get an inside design run. And here comes a pass. Rolls out to that left side. Gonna take it himself. Plenty of daylight ahead to get the first down, and they will. 2:06. 2:06, 3 timeouts still. You got to play the sideline game, too. You don't want to burn these timeouts early, so you got to throw corners.
Oh, yeah. If Moundridge gives up open runs, then we're just joking.
What?
They cannot let them play the sidelines because
Yeah. Kraus now. Dips one out there. So Wayner tackled inbounds. They're going to let some clock chew off. Kraus now lined up. O'Connor is passionate. Elmore not on the field. Instead, we're going to exchange it to a different Elmore. Kraus looking to go deep. Evades the sack. Throws one off. Almost picked off by Knitz. That would have been game sealing.
my gosh. Some great defense from the Wildcats right now.
Oh, man, that's so brutal because Knitz, you get that. You need a first down to win the ball game after that. They have 3 timeouts still. Knitz costly dropped, dude. Costly dropped, and that could have been a house call too. Knitz is so fast. That's not what you need, but all of a sudden it's 3rd and 7. 4th down territory from Marion. You got to do it. Unless you trust your defense to get the ball back with 1:31, which is highly unlikely. Kraus takes it. Flips off. Play blown dead. And I think we're going to be coming back. False start. The 3rd and 12 here, so penalty on 3rd down with 1:30 left to go. Down by 4. You cannot have that, especially on a game when you drive like that.
It's some great football, Connor.
This is a beautiful football game indeed. Kraus now rolling out. Grill all over him, and they bring him down. Marion has one play to get a first down, or else this ball game is over, and they're going to use a timeout.
That's a great athletic play from Paul to move Marion backyards.
That was
even
huge.
Harder for them to get their first down.
Yeah, 100%. That was big.
Yeah,
That was.
You know he's going crazy after that one.
That was a great play by Paul, especially staying consistent. He almost threw him off, but Paul honed in and used his pure strength. He's such a strong kid. This is going to be 4th and 25, 1:22 left to go. So, if they don't get it, it's highly... I think Moundridge would just need 1 first down to win the game. So Moundridge, not out of the woods yet. You got to stop them, and you got to get a first down. So you got 2 main objectives here, and that's contain the insides too, because you don't want to tackle them out of bounds, even if they're short, because that does stop the clock. So you want to keep this clock going as much as possible. And penalties too. You get penalized here, and you give them a first down. It's huge. Also, secondary cannot keep their hands where they shouldn't be, and if you get an offensive or defensive pass interference, costly, especially with how this team's been playing penalty-wise. Kraus now looking back. Moundridge rushes 3, throws one up, picked off by Knitz. 40 kneels down. Moundridge. 1:14 left to go in the 4th. 8-12. Knitz seals it.
And I think that's your game-winning interception that Kaiser just made up for after missing that first one.
He lobbed it up there, running out of time. Nobody really open. Great coverage. Great coverage. And that'll do it. They don't need a first down. Marion has 2 timeouts. Got to keep 2 hands on the football unless you're going to kneel it out. What a game.
Oh, yeah.
Game
down most of the game.
Game
Clawed
sealing.
back.
Yeah, game sealing interception.
Oh, yeah.
It's so It's so fun to see. Fun to call. Thank you all for tuning in. This game has been extravagant.
Wildcats showing some perseverance through the night.
Yeah, this is the first time they've been punched in the face, and they haven't been able to punch back, so they responded accordingly. Gotta have two hands paused, two hands on the football here. Runs through Snyder's face. There's a big possibility we see these guys again, too, in the postseason. They are a very, very good football team. So Moundridge breaks the streak against Marion. Marion led 8-0 since 2010. Not anymore. And timeout Marion.
Connor, what are your thoughts on this fourth quarter so far?
It's been the best fourth quarter we've seen all season.
Oh, yeah. Because this isn't a team that the Wildcats are just going to blow out. Like, we really had to, like, well, I mean, I'm not trying to be lazy, but I really had to work for this one because low-scoring game, heavy defense.
Yeah.
Bunch of athletes on the field.
The first time, and this Marion team, they're ranked for a reason. They are. They played a much better game than the Wildcats did. They deserved to win this game, but it just didn't work out. I mean, they played such a great game, but it just wasn't enough because of a few costly mistakes. Few costly fumbles, few costly. You aren't capitalizing. That's their biggest thing. They were not capitalizing on turnover on downs.
So 107 left. 8-12. Ball's going to be on the 36-yard line. Wildcats 2nd and 6. We'll see what they pull out here. Could they go for another one, or are they just going to waste the clock? They got 2 timeouts, so could use those to waste some clock, but Heatox is going to run this one down the field.
So 2nd and 6, and here comes those penalties. You do not give Marion the ball back here, even though they only have 1 timeout. It's huge. Holding on, Braden and Hartog leads the team in penalties last year and still leads them this year. .102 left to go in the fourth, 8-12. And I'm not sure why they're exactly running plays when they could take knees here, but I do think they just want to get another first down before they do that. Swarm of Warriors.
Yeah, a bit of a dog pile.
Yep, timeout Marion. The ball back here. Very, very interesting. I'm not sure why we ran some of the plays we did, but I'm also not an offensive coordinator, nor on the team.
So 3rd and 16, about 55 seconds left. Cats kind of just need to waste some time here. It's a little bit.
Of 55 seconds. Marion's going to get this football back. And I don't know. Anything could happen on these Friday night lights.
Oh, yeah. Got Atlee Lichty down there playing center, stepping in, did some varsity reps. Wildcats kind of need a first down here.
And
Oh
they just
my.
wrapped up immediately. So Marion's going to get this football back with about 25 seconds. I assume they're going to run this out. Such a slow start for the Wildcats. You put them in this hole, they capitalize. They're up 4, and now they're giving the ball back. They're going to try to run another play, or they're going to take this down until they get a delay of game. I don't see a sense in running another play. Take it down as far as you can. 7 seconds left for Marion for a miracle. Can we get a Marion miracle, Joe?
Are they going to get the Justin Jefferson finish? Dig, sideline. That'd be tough. But 7 seconds left, that's kind of hard to pull out when we have one more play, so.
Well, I really don't think it'll be anything but a punt. You do not, if you fumble, or even worse, a high snap over Hecox's head, anything can happen like that. You got to punt the ball and trust in your special teams.
Could you imagine a punt return touchdown from Marion?
So they could run an 8-second play, have Hecox do his best cross-country impression and run around. And it looks like that's what they're going to do. They're going to not bring out Blau to kick it. And they have something up their sleeve here to burn this clock down. Moundridge, hold on to the ball for 8 seconds. No, they're going to punt it. Hecox takes punts and warm-ups, so. Or they're going to, I don't know, they could be a fake. Nope, they're going to punt this ball away. And you got to jump on the ball here if you're Marion. You got to do something. And that'll do it. Marion not ready for the punt. Don't even bring anybody back, but there's a flag on the play. Roughing the kicker, decline. Moundridge escapes. Going to move to 5-0. Marion falls to 4-2. They snap the 8-game win streak Marion has on them. What a game. Defensive showcase.
So, ending out the broadcast, make sure you tune in Tuesday for volleyball. We'll be doing that, so if you're there, get there. If not, tune in. But, yeah, great game. Anything else, Connor?
No, that'll do it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like Joe said, be here for volleyball. So, But great game, Marion. That's tough. That's a tough 3-game stretch that you just played, but you went 1-2. But that is brutal. Moundridge keeps their undefeated record, and we're going to have an undefeated matchup on Friday night next week. Be here. Moundridge versus Sedgwick. After volleyball against Trinity.